In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 things that no one, or let's put a little bit more nuance into that a lot of people don't understand about Nofap. Number 1 is that porn is the main problem. This is very confusing to a lot of people because the thing is called Nofap, which sort of literally implies that you are not supposed to fap. But really, fapping is not so much the problem as porn is. All of these negative effects that fapping has on you, so for example, it can numb your dopamine system, it can kill your motivation to work towards your goals, it can make your sexual preferences more specific, it can give you erectile dysfunction because you no longer get aroused from the real thing, etc. All of these things are caused by porn. Watching too much porn is the thing that numbs your dopamine system. Watching too much porn is what causes your preferences to become more specific. And so yes, it's called Nofap, which is very ironic, but actually fapping is not that bad. If you are trying to reverse all of these bad effects, aka you want to get the benefits of Nofap, it is really quitting porn that you should be worrying about. Number 2, Nofap is not going to work unless you focus on some other aspects of your life as well. One of the main reasons why a lot of people do Nofap is because of the whole dopamine thing. Watching too much porn numbs your dopamine system. When your dopamine system is numb, well then you lose the motivation to work towards your goals, your life starts to feel less satisfying, things are less fun, etc., which is all very bad. And so people want to reverse this, and so they quit watching porn, which is a great idea because yes, porn is, or at least can be, one of the biggest dopamine numbing factors in your life. But this is the thing you need to understand. Porn isn't the only thing that affects your dopamine system. There are several different things in our modern lifestyle that take a huge toll on our dopamine system. For most people, the worst factors are social media, browsing the internet, and playing video games. Just out of the top of my head, these things are huge. If you want to reset your dopamine system, and so you quit watching porn, but you keep playing video games for 3 hours every day, and whenever you are bored, whenever you are waiting for the bus or going to the toilet, you bring your phone. You know, you can't go without your phone for 2 seconds or you start scrolling social media again. Well, then your dopamine system is still going to be Quitting porn is never going to be enough to give your dopamine system a break. So if you want to get back that motivation to work towards your goals and all of that, you know, that whole dopamine argument, if that's what you want, then you shouldn't just quit porn, but you should really take a look at your social media and your gaming and your internet browsing usage as well. Number 3, a relapse does not mean that all progress is lost. This is something that so many people on Nofap are just so utterly naive about. No offense to anyone, but people just have such a unrealistic, overly dramatic image of the relapse. They relapse and they think that like all has been for nothing. They think that you need to be on Nofap for at least 90 days because only then you unlock the benefits. And if you've done it for 30 days, but then you relapse, then you're right back at the start. You're a complete loser and you've done it all for nothing. That is unironically what a lot of people believe. Now this is just so bizarre in my opinion, and I think the best way to explain this is with a weight loss analogy. Try to imagine that you are losing weight. You've been on this diet and things are going great. Your weight is going down steadily. The graph is going down smoothly. And you've been doing this for like 2 months, right? 2 months. But then you have this massive cheat day where you eat a lot of calories. So think about it. What really happens when you have this cheat day? Well, you get like a tiny kink in the progress, right? Your progress would have been smoother if you wouldn't have that cheat day. Now you have a kink. But in the end, man, it's just a little fucking kink in the graph. It's not like you're all back at the start. It's not like you've been trying to lose weight the past 2 months for nothing, right? You're not right back at the start. It hasn't all been for nothing. It is just a little fucking kink in the progress. That's all it is. And the exact same argument can be said about Nofap and relapsing. If you've been going without porn for 30 days, then that is great progress. Relapsing is actually quite normal. I relapsed. When I first started to do Nofap, I relapsed a lot, but over time, you start to become better at it. You start to relapse less frequently and things get better. That's literally what happens to everyone. So stop being so ridiculously overdramatic about a relapse. It happens to everyone. It doesn't mean that all progress is lost. It's just a little kink in the progress. Pick yourself back up. Keep going. Number 4. Nofap is not going to work if you do not have a reason to do Nofap. And when I say a reason, I mean you should have something that is more than just knowing that porn is bad for you. Because yes, it's nice to know that something's bad for you, because then you can start to think about not doing it anymore, right? But my point is, if that is all you have, let's call it negative motivation. The negative motivation would be this thing where you're like, oh, I know this thing is bad for me, so I'm not going to do it because it's bad for me. If I do it, that's bad. So I don't do it. That's negative motivation. If that is all you have, then it's never going to be enough in the long term. In fact, it might actually work counterproductively, because you just keep obsessing about the fact that something's bad for you. You keep feeling bad about yourself. You keep feeling bad if you do relapse, etc. It is never going to be enough if you don't have some positive motivation as well. You need something that you can work towards. Because try to think of it like this. Your subconscious mind is sort of just going to tell you, hey man, why would I improve myself? Why would I avoid this bad thing and put in all the hard work and bring up all this discipline if there is no reason for me to improve? Why avoid the bad thing if life looks pointless anyway? Why improve myself if there is no reason to improve? That's what your subconscious mind is going to tell you if you don't have that something to work towards, if you don't have a positive form of motivation. Now, a lot of people always talk about having a purpose. You need that purpose in your life. And I think that makes a lot of sense, but I do think that the word purpose is just too confusing to a lot of people. A lot of people are just going to freak out and think, oh shit, I don't know what my purpose is. And so now they have like yet another form of negative motivation, because now they're like, I need to find out what my purpose is. And if I don't know what my purpose is, then that's bad. So it's not actually something positive to them. So I would say, stop thinking about purpose if you don't know what your purpose is, and just have goals. Just have goals, just have something that you like, something that you are working towards. Doesn't have to be like a very deep, wise, underlying life purpose. It can be something superficial. It can be something like, I want to reset my dopamine system so I get the motivation to work towards my goals, and I become this rich entrepreneur and I have a lot of money and I become very good at sex because I don't have any fetishes and I can get it up whenever I want to, and I'm the sex god and I'm rich and I get all the women. But if that's the thing that's going to motivate you, then by all means set these things as goals. You need some goals, right? Work towards these goals. The deeper underlying life purpose will come eventually. Just have something, set some goals, something that excites you, something where you feel like actually working towards it, instead of just having that negative motivation that drives you. Number 5, and this one is very important, which is Nofap is not going to work unless you go to the underlying issues. This is what I mean. You can try all the tips and the tricks and the techniques you want. You can watch all the videos, read all the books, but it's never going to be enough if you have some factors in your life, which you probably have. You have some factors in your life, like for example, some traumas in the past. Maybe you are unhappy, maybe you are very lonely. And these factors keep pushing you back towards your addictive behavior. As long as you have these factors, then like literally all the tips and the tricks and the techniques in the world are never going to be enough to actually quit your addiction long term. You need to go to the root of the problem and you need to fix it. Now, someone who specializes in helping you to do this is Josh Hudson from Pinnacle of Man. Maybe you guys have seen Josh before because he runs a pretty impressive YouTube channel himself. Josh is a licensed therapist and he has developed a course that helps people to quit porn. One of the things that this course really helps you with is to go to that underlying root cause, help you figure out what these factors are, and it helps you to escape from them. I've actually had the privilege of being able to check out this course myself. And I genuinely think that this is something that has the potential to help a lot of people. If you are someone that is always struggling to quit porn, it just doesn't seem to work for you, and you think that you could use a helping hand, you are ready to take your Nofap game to the next level, then this course might just be the thing that you are looking for. I will leave a link in the description of this video. I will leave a link in one of these pinned comments as well, because on the phone apparently I think the comments are above the description, right? So whether you are on a phone or on a desktop, I'll leave a link, several links everywhere. Guys, if you think that this is something that you could use a helping hand with, check it out.